Good afternoon. It's Sunday and it's Barbara, the East Coast Dragon Lady, coming to you with 2, 4, 5 cards that I've pulled for us for the week. If you've been following me for the last couple of weeks on my Facebook page, you'll know that I've been pulling like anything between 4 and 6 cards a day. And the messages are, and the same today, I've got at least, 2 dragon cards again, same message. So there's some really important information coming through. So I also picked, I said, what crystal or stone do we need for this week? And it was gold. And I love this. This is, I am a magnet for abundance and wealth. So a really good start for the week. Good for me. I actually took this week off. So I needed to take some time off from my full-time job. So I've got next week off, and I think the weather's actually going to warm up. So I lucked out there. So the 2 higher beings, archangels, Rama and Sitar, and Rumi, holy union, soulmate connection, romantic opportunity. Not sure what that means yet, but Rumi is mystical knowing. So I've been getting a lot of sort of sentences to write down. They're saying you don't know what they are now, just write them down. So that's that mystical knowing. I'm listening to what I'm being given. So if you see me just writing things in quotes, I don't know what they mean yet, but they tell me it will all make sense soon. Breaking boundaries, personal experiences of God. So as we know, God comes in many different shapes and forms. I've just been listening to a podcast with, she's actually, I always end up listening to podcasts where there's these women from England. She's British. And I'll look for a minute, but her last name's Paul. Let me just have a look. Now it's going to annoy me when I can't remember, but her last name is Poole. Julie Paul, Poole, and it was on Emilio Ortiz's podcast. Fascinating, and really sort of she talks a lot about her trauma and what that did for her. And it was like, I was like, oh yes, I've heard that. Yes, that's what. So it was, for me, it was really exciting. So it's on YouTube. Check it out. And then the 2 dragons that came through, again, was the fire dragon. And he's been showing up frequently this week because they're burning the lower energies. So like I always say, this isn't fire to burn things down, it's to burn away things that are falling away from us, is what I keep hearing. Sort of we're shedding, especially because of the different moons we've had, the eclipse corridor, the 1010 portal. All of that has been allowing us to allow things to drop away, but we don't want them hanging around. So the fire dragons have been coming in and clearing that, and also clearing pathways. They're saying they're making the pathways much clearer, a pathway forward. So there's that. And then there's the ancient oracle dragon. Important information is coming your way. So just like I talked about, the important information is they're saying, again, this dragon say, the ancients are saying, we need to tap into our knowing. That might be going to your higher self, might be listening to, oh, here we go with the voice again. Excuse me. This always happens every time I come on to speak my truth. So I'm just going to keep going again. So the ancient oracles. So the ancients have been the oracles. The dragons were the oracles for Atlantis, Lemuria. I've got so much stuff going around in my head, and I'm just about to take my Dragon Empowerment Reiki master teachers class starting in about an hour, but I wanted to get on to do this, and I think this is why the fire dragons come up, because it's like we're working, we're clearing stuff, and the important information is for us to tap into our higher selves, our higher knowing, higher beings that we connect to. They're not asking us to go and find them. They're saying, if you're connected to higher beings, they have important information. Our higher self has important information for us. Our dragons have important information for us. Listen, open your ears, listen. So I keep getting that message, so I will keep telling you that. I think as we lead up to, in this country, in the United States, I think as we lead up to the elections, some of that fear is coming up. There's a lot of people talking about a lot of stuff. I'm not following anything. I'm not watching TV. I'm not watching the news. I know what I need to know, what I know. I don't need to be influenced or put in fear. Just my opinion. So I think this holy union, soulmate connection, romantic opportunities, I'm hearing that's about ourselves again, to be in union with ourselves, to, again, remember that we have to love ourselves first before we can love others, to, importantly, to nurture ourselves, mind, body and spirit, watch our diets, just be good and gentle with ourselves. So it's not about romantic connection, it's about connecting or reconnecting with our souls. That's, yeah, reconnecting with our souls. So I think this is going to be an important week. It's, again, gold. Remember, gold, we've got, that's the theme, gold. So we've got the golden dragons, we've got the golden age. There's beautiful golden energy out, especially if you look at the sun this morning. For some reason, I was wide awake at 6 o'clock this morning, so I took the dog out. And again, that harvest moon was beautiful. My picture doesn't really do it justice. I think I just got woken up so that I could do that. I actually was awake a bit earlier and had dozed off, but by 6 o'clock I'm wide awake. So it seems like it's been a long morning already. And I don't know what I've been doing. Listening to some podcasts. And so as I said, the rest of today for me is my Dragon Empowerment Reiki Master Teacher course with my friend Ryan. Coming up, we've just done my monthly podcast with Kelly Springer, the Elder Dragon song. That's up on YouTube. I've had 2 Dragon Hours this last week, on Friday and Sunday last week. Cascar Graham from the UK, we had a fabulous hour of talking about some of our aha moments, talking about dragons, talking about where she came from. She's just launched her Dragon Reiki book. I had Viviana a few weeks ago and Amanda. So I've had some fabulous people. November is my next guest. Actually, I've booked up to the end of the year now. And then so I'll be thinking about January on. So if you're interested in being on my Dragon Hour, we can just have an hour's chat. As you know, I can talk about dragons for more than an hour. Oh, I do have an opportunity coming up again next year, talking about next year already. I've been asked to actually do an in-person class on dragons, and then possibly follow that up with a Zoom, which would be I'll be able to record for people that can't come. I have friends that are in Spiritualist Church, so I find that interesting. I went to one of their, when they opened their business a couple of months ago, and there were people who were skeptics about the talking to our loved ones on the other side. And then I said, Barbara, why don't you talk about what you do? And I'm like, people are skeptical about whether we can connect to our loved ones on the other side. I'm not too sure how dragons go down. But as you know, we just have to talk about them, right? The dragons go out there, just talk about them. So that's exactly what I did. So thankfully, when the dragons are with us, a bit like our angels and archangels, They just put us where we're meant to be. I'm still working on dragons and the archangels. I meant to do some of that this week, but of course here it is on Sunday and I haven't done that. I will be posting those probably in the week as I have more time to myself this upcoming week. So be on the lookout for that. I'm actually going to a crystal show next Friday. So I've been meaning, I haven't been to a big crystal show for a long time. So we're going to one that my son and I are going. So usually when I walk in there, I say, I don't need anything. And then all of them start talking to me. But I'm excited about that. I'm excited that I've got a week off and the weather's going to be nice. And I've got just some general things I need to do. And also taking my dog for, I think, his last follow-up for his ophthalmology. He had cataract surgery almost a year ago. He's not been doing too well. His diabetes is not helping. It's very unstable at the moment. He's 13. He's a min pin. So we're just keeping him going. I'm just keeping him going for now. We're adding a few other things to his diet. But generally, you know, I think the diabetes is catching up with him. His ultrasound showed a lot of degeneration from just 3 months ago when he was hospitalized. So it's always, the hardest bit is like, he's ready. He's already told me he's ready. I'm not ready yet. So I've got to work on that this week. But, you know, as we do when we love our animals, we won't let them suffer. And when it's time, when the time's right, I'll let him go. So thank you for everybody that has sent your love, sent suggestions, and just keep sending him some healing. I'm sure he talked to you. He did last time when people were reaching out. He was telling people all sorts of things. So if you get in contact with him, let me know. His name's Diesel. So, and he's a small dragon. So he's a small dragon that takes on way too much. I think he said he's going to back off that. So anyway, have a good week. If I get time in the week, I will jump back on. If I get some messages that I need to tell you, I'll record them. So have a good week and I'll be back soon.